Welcome back here to the Mountain Morning Show. Right now I'm joined by the Ogden Nature Center, Bryce King, who you know is familiar here from that last segment, Brandi Bosworth as well. Thank you both for coming on. We have two owls with us. Obviously we met Blue, the screech owl, and now we have Jack, who is a burrowing owl, correct?
That's correct. That is correct.
Let's learn a little bit more about these animals. I think it's so great that you guys provide opportunities for not only youth, but the community to come in and learn more about species that live in habitats around them, so we can really learn more about how to protect them, right? That's kind of the whole goal here. So let's learn a little bit more about Jack, burrowing owls.
Burrowing owls are kind of a species that is kind of watched or threatened, and so their numbers have declined because of habitat loss. Okay. These guys actually live in burrows made from prairie dogs or fox or badgers.
So they take over the burrow. They kick the others out, and then they take over.
Well, I don't know if they kick them out, but they just find an abandoned one, and they'll raise their family in them. And it's so interesting. They have about 6 babies. Wow. And they make rattlesnake sounds. So if you ever found one in a hole, they'll make the sound of a rattlesnake.
Is that an imitation? Is that
it's
something?
It's an imitation to scare predators off. And then they also, one feature that's kind of neat is they bring dung to the burrow and put it around the burrow. And scientists have wondered, what does that do? And they're thinking that it kind of deters the scent away from predators.
I see.
Also, it attracts insects, and these guys eat a lot of insects.
So it's almost like making a little trap just right outside of the burrow.
And so the babies can learn how to hunt.
Wow.
And they don't have to travel very far to
That's great. I love to learn about how evolutionary adaptations take place and how smart animals really truly are, and to think that they have learned to imitate rattlesnakes to keep predators away is pretty fascinating. That's really cool.
It's pretty neat, yeah.
So where can people here in Utah see burrowing owls? Where are they mainly located in the state?
They like prairie areas. If you went west of Utah Lake, there's some there. Antelope Island has several, and they put nest boxes in the ground for them. And so that's an area where you could probably take a trip out on the Antelope Island and find them.
And find plenty out there as well. Excellent. And as you said, they are not necessarily endangered, but they are on the watch list.
They are watched. Their numbers are lower than normal.
Okay. So is there anything we can do to help that continue and get those numbers back up?
We need to make sure we have land set aside for them, encourage people to learn how to put in nesting boxes and things like that for them.
Excellent.
And just leave them alone.
Really? Yeah, that's the thing we have to remember is all of our continued expansion is we're just encroaching on their territory, really. Right. So we need to be very considerate of that. And now let's move over to the screech owl. Brandi, you have Blue.
Blue, a western screech owl, and he got his name because when he was being rehabilitated, they fed him a little blue Gatorade, and he stained his little beard blue, and so his name kind of stuck. As Blue. But he is full grown. This is a full-sized owl. I think oftentimes people think he's just a baby, and this is a baby size, but this is a full-grown owl. Full-grown,
mature adult screech owl. And what do they hunt? Are they still on the insect side?
They catch a lot of insects, and then they'll catch frogs and lizards and smaller vertebrates and things like that.
And Bryce, correct me if I'm wrong, they're found mostly in forested areas?
They like wooded areas with meadows and stuff along streams and stuff like that.
So these screech owls you can really find high in trees, kind of scanning and overlooking these meadow areas, looking for their prey in that kind of area.
Right, and also they find a hollow tree that they raise their families in. You can tell by his camouflage that he belongs in the wooded area.
In a wooded area,
and they're
definitely.
Pretty common in Utah, correct?
They're very common, and one thing that's neat about them is they have adapted to people a little better than other predators or raptors. And they will actually use the street lamps that attract the moths and insects, and they'll hunt off the street lamps.
They'll use the street lamps. See, these are the kind of the adaptations and the things that animals just learn over time that really fascinate me, and they pick up on a lot, and I think we don't give them enough credit for being, I don't know, sentient, I guess you could say.
Their call is really cool, too.
Yeah, a lot of kids will ask me, do they screech? You know, because that's their name, but they make the sound of a ping pong ball dropping. So it's kind of a boop, 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 boop.
Wow,
Oh, you do that
that's so
well. You do that
interesting.
really well. So we hear that a lot at night. Like if you're outside in the mountains at night, you'll hear that. That's this little
So
guy.
now you know that it is a screech owl around you. And you guys provide opportunities at the Ogden Nature Center to come and kind of get a hands-on learning experience as well. Can you guys talk about that?
Sure. So the Ogden Nature Center is a 152-acre nature preserve, and we do have a wonderful exhibit of live birds of prey. And Bryce's main job is actually, he's entrusted with their care. But we have eagles and owls, of course, hawks. What am I missing? Of course,
Raven.
Raven. We have a
Ravens.
really irascible raven named Kronk, who's like the character of the whole joint.
That's so
but
funny.
we love him. But we have 1.5 miles of walking trails and different habitats to explore there.
Excellent.
It's a really cool place to bring your children or your whole family for an afternoon.
And you guys have some great summer activities that are coming up as well. We
We
only have just a little limited minute
It's all
time.
on our website, but we have summer camps.
Okay.
We have a concert. Unfortunately, it's sold out. But a fun event that is not sold out, but it's just coming up, is Birds and Brews.
Okay.
On August 24th. So we'll do bird trivia. We'll have a lot of our live birds of prey for that event, and then of course do some flights. Get it? Of sampling of some Ogden breweries.
That's great. That's fantastic. And I got to say, if you've never seen an owl up close and personal like this, or any bird of prey really, it's really quite an amazing experience. So I highly encourage you to head up to the Ogden Nature Center. And one more time, the website where people can keep up to date with everything.
OgdenNatureCenter.org.
Brandi, thank you so much. Bryce, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for bringing in both of these owls to the studio today. It's been quite an experience, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
You bet.
Absolutely. Head over to the OgdenNatureCenter.org to find out more information. Like I said, please make your way up there because you will not want to miss out on this. We'll be right back with much more right here on the Mountain Morning Show.